It is our top story here at noon. One person died in a house fire in Crescent Hill early this morning. It happened around 6:30 on Frank Avenue, just off Frankfort Avenue. Alexis Jones and photojournalist Nelson Reyes are joining us live from the scene. What have you guys learned so far, Alexis?
Well, Brooke, the fire here on Frank Avenue is still under investigation, but firefighters believe the fire started at this White House right behind me, quickly spreading to the home next door.
Companies immediately started making an aggressive attack to extinguish the fire. Upon pushing through and gaining control of the fire and conducting all their searches, they did end up finding an occupant in the rear of the main fire structure here.
Captain Donovan Sims says that person died at the scene. It's a place where neighbors say he lived for years. Thankfully, no one else was injured or home next door at the time of the fire. The owner arrived later this morning with loved ones by his side. They comforted him before assessing the damage behind both homes. Captain Sims says it took 25 firefighters to put out the blaze. Originally, he says they struggled to find the homes because of heavy smoke throughout their neighborhood. Right now, Louisville Fire Arson Unit is investigating the fire. We will keep you updated as we learn more information. In Louisville, Alexis Jones, WHAS11 on your side.
Alexis, thank you, and stay with us as we learn more about this developing story over in Crescent Hill, just off Frankfort Avenue. You can download the WHAS11 app for the latest push alerts. A popular Louisville chef turned Food Network star was in court this morning facing multiple charges. Darnell Ferguson, known as Super Chef, was arrested Tuesday, charged with burglary, strangulation, and terroristic threatening. There's also a misdemeanor charge of domestic violence assault with minor injury. According to his arrest citation, the alleged victim is Ferguson's estranged wife. She told police he entered her home, got into a fight, and strangled her, then left with her credit card and ID. But today, his lawyer telling the judge his estranged wife has recanted her story. Ferguson just announced his show Super Chef Grudge Match was renewed for a second season on the Food Network. He first gained attention after opening Super Chef's restaurant in the Highlands. His lawyers asked his bond be lowered to $5,000 from the original $50,000.
No domestic violence, no violent history. And obviously, Judge, as the court may be aware, he has businesses in and outside of Louisville. He has significant ties to the community, so this is not a flight history issue.
Ferguson's bond was reduced to $10,000. He'll be back in court January 18th. A Nelson County judge has agreed to lower the bond of the third man arrested and charged in Crystal Rogers' death. Steve Lawson's original bond was set at $500,000. The judge decided to cut it in half to $250,000 with conditions. Lawson will have to follow a curfew and have no contact with Crystal Rogers' family or other defendants in that case. That includes his own son, Joseph Lawson, who was the first man arrested in the case. Over in Frankfort, some Kentucky lawmakers are debating the future of JCPS. Senate President Robert Stivers tells us a state takeover of the district is on the table. Alex Dieterer explains.
A potential state takeover of Jefferson County Public Schools. It's deja vu for former JCPS school board member Sam Corbett.
I was stunned.
JCPS endured a lengthy battle in 2018 under the administration of Republican Governor Matt Bevin. A takeover was being pushed. The 4-month-long give and take ended when the Kentucky Board of Education voted against it.
But you really haven't heard anything since then.
But now, for the first time in an interview with our Isaiah Kim Martinez, Senate President Robert Stivers says a takeover is an alternative.
So the conversation of a state takeover has re-entered the conversation.
On the periphery, but not a leading alternative.
Corbett remains a skeptic that this alternative would benefit the school district.
In my 30-plus years of being engaged with JCPS in various ways, I saw more community interest, more community concern, more community conversation around that issue than any other issue I've seen.
Corbett emphasizes that the challenges being felt within JCPS won't be solved just internally. The district needs to look outside of itself and ask community members for answers.
The people within JCPS, the leadership, the administration, the elected school board, need to recognize they've got challenges, they've got problems, and then in turn reach out to the community and ask the rest of us to help them.
And while divisive, JCPS could be heading that way, once again, 5 years later. Alex Dieterer, WHAS 11 on your side.
The president of the Jefferson County Teachers Association, Brent McKim, tells us they stand with the superintendent. They don't believe a state takeover of JCPS would be in the best interest of students. We did reach out to JCPS for a statement. We have much more on WHAS11.com. A bill has been filed in Frankfort to, quote, shake up the Kentucky Board of Education. Senate Majority Whip Mike Wilson of Bowling Green wants to strip the power from Governor Beshear regarding appointments for the board. Right now, all 14 board members are appointed by the governor. Under this bill, the board would be elected. Wilson said the board has control over nearly half the state's budget, so he believes the power to select those members should sit with voters. The bill would also give the board voting power to remove a member for misconduct. If passed, the bill would take effect in 2026. Today, Mayor Craig Greenberg announced Adam Hamilton will serve as the interim director of Louisville Metro Animal Services following Ashley Book's resignation. Hamilton will remain interim director until Ozzie Gibson transitions out of his role at TARC later this year to become the permanent LMAS director. Gibson previously served as its director from 2016 to 2019 before becoming the interim chief of public safety for Metro government. Book's last day is on January 19th.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Kentucky just opened its first public supermarket. The doors opened at 7 this morning off Terra Crossing Boulevard in East Louisville, and it's seen steady foot traffic there all morning. Jim Stratman was talking with shoppers all day about what they were looking forward to most.
Talking with people out here at Publix, they have mentioned a difference when you walk into a Publix. You can see the store is stacked, ready to go. Everything is set for the grand opening day today, and we've already seen people waiting out in line to experience that Publix difference.
My son took me to one in Nashville, and they were just very, friendly and helped you and stuff. So I just wanted to check it out.
Truly, shopping at Publix is a pleasure. It's just such a different shopping experience.
These shoppers braved the snow, wind, and cold, all to be the first inside the very first Publix in Kentucky. Alex Musser is originally from Lakewood, Florida, the home of Publix.
I probably got here around 5:30. I don't know. I've been talking about this for a long time, and when it finally was happening, I was like, hey, I gotta be there. I always joke that when I moved up here, it's like, hey, I'd stick around Kentucky, but there's no Publixes. And so it's a little bit of an answered prayer for me.
Tammy Smith came with her son. She had a checklist of things that she wanted to experience, but one thing sat on top.
I want to see what all the hype is about that chicken tender sub, and just look around at the store.
That's right, chicken tender sub, something synonymous with the name Publix.
We always have that premier quality customer service that we're really known for outside of just the great signature items like our pub subs.
Jared Glover with Publix says that the Publix difference means customer service in store and out in the community. He says that their goal is to make shopping less of a chore and more of an experience.
Just get ready for a shopping experience. We're going to really make sure that when you come in here, you're going to experience something different, something pleasurable, and hopefully you'll leave with a smile on your face and some good food.
Officials are planning on opening 7 Publix locations here in Kentucky, so this is just the very first grand opening in what is going to be many here in the next couple of years. Reporting in Louisville, Jim Stratman, WHAS11 on your side.
2 other locations in Louisville will be at Ballardsville and Brownsboro Road, the other at Eastwood on Flat Rock Road. Their opening dates have not been released.